and truth to the record and to the case of what took place with the two young African-American youth, the teenagers that I turned in, who were charged with murdering a store clerk over allegedly shoplifting a bag of chips. Let me be crystal clear. None of us here condones stealing on any level. We don't condone shoplifting a bag of chips. That's wrong. If you want some chips, pay for them. But I said from the very beginning, when I turned these two young men in, that there was a lot more to this story that needed to come out. And that I was confident that once the truth came out, they would see that this case was self-defense. Now these young brothers both have been exonerated in this case of killing a store clerk. I told everyone from the very beginning, I sent someone out there to the store to speak to those who frequent the store. And they said the man came out of the store with a gun and got in the car with the gun in his hand. I told you that this man had a gun and threatened them, and that I believe this case would be a case of self-defense. Now these young men have been exonerated because they didn't just kill this man in cold blood. They didn't just gun him down because they stole some chips and he was coming to retrieve the chips. As I said in the beginning, a bag of chips is not worth you picking up a gun and going after someone for a bag of chips. Call the police. You got it on camera. Let the police deal with it. But this man took it upon himself to chase those young men down, approached them with a gun, and it was self-defense. And that's why both of these young men have been exonerated. It is a shame that this man lost his life. We all pray for his family. We wish it had never happened. But at the same time, don't call these young men cold-blooded killers over a bag of chips, and that was not the facts of the case. His attorney is Mr. Lott Brooks.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Lott, L-O-T-T, last name is Brooks. Better? Lott J. Brooks. L-O-T-T, last name is Brooks. What we really want us to tell everybody is that the system can work, and it works for everybody. It doesn't work for white, black, Hispanic, it works for everybody. And in this particular situation, these young men were not guilty of anything other than trying to protect themselves at a time when they thought something was going to happen to them, and that they did what they thought would have been the best thing for them to do to save their own lives. He is very unhappy about what happened to that man, and we also talked to, we feel very, very difficult. It's a difficult thing to say about a family, because when they lose one of theirs, it happens to them too. It was just a very bad situation, and at this point, we just want everybody to know that the system worked for this young man, and he's been exonerated.
And we want to make it crystal clear that we are praying for the family of the gentleman who lost his life in this case. Nobody wants to see anybody die over something so meaningless as a bag of chips. And I want to say to so many young men, and particularly young African-American men, brothers, you have to take cases like this and let it be a warning to you that silly, foolish, adolescent, ignominious behavior can get you caught up into something that can rob you of the rest of your life. Brothers, go get some jobs, or make jobs for yourselves. Let's not make excuses for criminal behavior. So we want to encourage all young men. Let this be a life example for you, not to get caught up in foolishness. If you want something, pay for it. But we want to also make it clear that these young men were not the cold-blooded killers that they were made out to be in the public. I really wished that the Houston Police Department, before charging these young men, would have questioned them thoroughly And when they questioned them thoroughly, based what was on the crime scene and video footage, they never would have been charged. I believe that the homicide detectives should not have done such a lazy job in investigating from the very start. Because had they done a proper, thorough investigation, they would have seen that this was absolutely self-defense. This was not a cold-blooded killing. Doc.
Well, just to even be a part of this entire process when it happened, to look at everything on social media, on the news media, and it was making these children that's around the same age as my kids out to be criminals, cold-blooded killers and animals. That is not what we have here today. And what is shown is that the scale of justice have weighed in these young men's favor. We also looked at what these parents were going through. Because guess what? We can empathize with this situation. Because we have children the same age. And we come from the same culture. But then when we look at the store clerk, he was overzealous. Not saying what he did was right. But no one deserves to lose their life either. It's all about making sound choices and making sound decisions. And I think that this is a lesson that all of us have learned from this specific issue, is that you have to make the right choice. You have to make the right decisions, because that one wrong decision will haunt you for the rest of your life. What we have to understand is this. For all these naysayers that were saying that about these children, these are children. Now, I hate that they had to learn it the way that they did, but this is a hard lesson that they had to learn. My thing is this. You gonna take back calling these children cold-blooded killers, because they was not. And, like I said and Brother Cornell said, we are going to be clear that our prayers go out to that family. But the thing is, y'all not going to ridicule our children for defending themselves. Now, we're not going to uphold them with this alleged bags of chips and all that. We're not upholding that. We're not upholding with having a gun and all that. We're not upholding that. But what we are upholding is when those children did leave, you took upon yourself to go hunt those children down. That's not okay. But I will say this. The scale of justice did weigh in the favor of these children, and our prayers go out to the family of the store clerk. Thank you.
We'll take your questions. We'll take any of your questions.
Will they help behind bars? How long will they help behind bars? Is it posted bail or how long?
No, he was not. He was in custody until he went to the grand jury 2 days ago. Okay. So he was. In fact, for a while, he was actually in solitary confinement for at least 30 days. He could.
Yes, he was. I'm the mother. Hello, my name is Precious Ferguson. I'm the mother of Mario Young.
What's your name?
My name is Precious Ferguson. First of all, I want to send my deepest condolences to the family. I really do. This is hard for me. My son stayed in solitary confinement for 2 months. He had nightmares for 60 days. He had 95 nights of sleepless nights in there. He's mentally and physically depressed. He's stressed. And he's gonna need some counseling.
Any more questions? Any more questions? Well, we thank you for your presence. We thank you for your patience, and thank you for being here. You all have a great morning. Thank you.
All right, folks, you guys remember the story we shared not too long ago? Very unfortunate situation where a store clerk was fatally shot. He went after 2 young individuals after they stole about $7 worth of chips, I believe. And Humble PD, I think, was the one looking for them. Quanell later brought forward this young man. I got so many questions, like this gun, what's gonna happen next. Like, I just, you know, we're a victims page. You know, we stand with the victims. I don't know, friends, what y'all think. I don't really have nothing to say right now. I didn't have no questions. I usually have something in my head. Yeah, I'm sad for the family of the store clerk. I think he left behind 3 children, and it's just crazy, y'all. I don't know. I ain't got nothing nice to say. I ain't got nothing to say. What were they doing with the gun? If these are children. But, you know. Yeah. Well, we're here. I just came to share the other side of the story because it, you know, should be heard as well. But yeah, this young man's been no billed, no charges, nothing. It's already gone. All right, friends. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. We're here at the Harris County Criminal Justice Center. This is off of Franklin and Caroline. Uh-oh, somebody's laughing. This ain't none of this funny.
No, you sure?
All right, friends.
Thank you.
Reporting live here in downtown is your girl Grizzy. Back to you, friends. No justice.